Hello Internet, and welcome back to some more Battle Spot with just me this week. I hope you enjoyed last week's videos with Lio. I really enjoyed recording them, so hopefully we can have some fun this week. Bit of an announcement, I suppose. Hopefully it's not going to make much of a difference, but this capture card that I'm using is going to be going back straight after I've finished recording this week. So that's not good. I'm hoping it's not going to affect you, because I'm hoping I'm going to have found my own capture card in the meantime. So keep your fingers crossed for that. This is going to be going on in the future, so I am pre-recording this. Maybe I've already got one. Who knows? But just as a send-off, I suppose, for this this capture card. And again, thank you for letting me lend it, Duncan Knee Deep. We're just going to jump in, do some more games, hopefully climb a bit higher using this good old Lipid Brillium team. It's the team with this Icy Wind Kyurem, the bulkier Kyurem. So hopefully we're going to get some interesting games. Hopefully it's going to go well. We sort of laddered maybe a little bit with Lio's team. We did have that bit of a bumpy episode on Wednesday, didn't we? Where we lost both of those to quite big amounts of bad luck. So that was quite unfortunate. But hopefully this is going to be the team that will project us far into the slightly high 1,700s because yeah, we're just gonna have this 1 week left with this DS. Obviously, if I do get another capture card, fingers crossed, it will be on a different DS, and the rankings will have to reset, won't they? So we're gonna lose this, but we'll just have to see what we can do with the rating while we've got it. As we find someone from Spain, Charles, with a team. Yeah, it's just one of these, Yveltal, Groudon, jump-off teams, isn't it, I suppose? It's been a little while since I've used this team, but I'm pretty sure I remember using this against teams like this and feeling okay with it, so I suppose it depends how we go about this, doesn't it? Yeah, I like Kyurem, actually, but Raichu could be a little bit of a problem. Kangaskhan is maybe more of a problem. But if I went with Lipid Kyurem, then that could work. Yeah, let's go with Lipid Kyurem. I definitely do want Kyogre in the back. And Thundurus could potentially be nice here. The Raichu is maybe going to be a bit of a stick in the mud for it, but Scizor, don't think is going to do much. Brillium, not sure. Brillium is always nice, but maybe Thundurus is just better here. Maybe. Or maybe not. Maybe because I'm looking at that Kangaskhan and I'm thinking, ooh, I might be having a few problems with it. So, oh, this is tough. You know what? Let's forsake Thundurus. I think we want Brillium here. Yeah, just to help with the Kangaskhan. I mean, obviously it can Mach Punch Yveltal as well. It is an attack boosting nature Brillium, so it should hopefully be able to do at least a nice 30% chunk or so with a Mach Punch to Yveltal. So there's that too. But with the hidden power water on on this Thundurus, it could be quite nice. He does bring the Raichu, but with the Talonflame as well. You got to expect he's going to go for a Tailwind here. So we could try and just trade fake out Talonflame, fake out Kyurem. He might fake out the Lipid. If he does, then well, we'll have to see where we go, won't we? I could Icy Wind, but would I really get much from that? I think it's safe to go for a fake out on Talonflame, but with Kyurem, a Dragon Pulse unfortunately isn't going to one-shot either of these, and I do anticipate him just going for a fake out on Kyurem and a Tailwind, so maybe in some ways it doesn't matter what Kyurem does, but just in case it does go for the fake out on Lipid, if we get the Tailwind off, or if we get the Icy Wind off, he gets the Tailwind off, then I think we'll see how we go. I mean, it'll break any potential sashes on Raichu. Icy Wind's always a good move. I mean, if he switches here as well, which I don't think he will, but if he does, we'll see something nice. Yeah, he does actually fake out into the Lipid. Do we see a Tailwind? No, we just get a Brave Bird. Probably into the Lipid too, I'm imagining. No, into the Kyurem. Okay, wow, that's a lot of damage actually. And we get the Icy Wind. So he's probably anticipating me to be scarfed there. Critical hit on the Talonflame, unfortunately it doesn't take it out. But now, well, now I've got options. I really do expect him to go for a Tailwind now. He surely has to go for a Tailwind. just not target the Kyurem. He saw Icy Wind. He probably thinks, right, well, he's not scarfed, surely, with Icy Wind, so he can protect here. I'm threatened with another Brave Bird. His Talonflame is about to go down, so surely it's a Tailwind. Surely it's a Tailwind here. In which case, I can Encore the Raichu and go for another Icy Wind. So that's my thought process. Whether it happens or not, we'll have to see. Liepard is faster after the Icy Wind drop. And we do get a Brave Bird. Is it into Liepard or is it into Kyurem? It's into the Kyurem. Okay, well, that's slightly unfortunate because we could have protected there. I thought the protect was a bit too obvious. I suppose the recoil damage takes it down, so, you know, we're a knockout for a knockout. Yeah, okay. I'll put Breloom in now, though, because Breloom, yeah, does do quite nicely against Kangaskhan. And, yeah, he's not going to put his Groudon in here, because I've got Kyogre. He doesn't want to, you know, sacrifice the Weather Wall. Although, I'm saying he's got Groudon. Maybe he hasn't got Groudon. Maybe he's got his Yveltal, because he's brought the Kangaskhan. He did have Raichu Talonflame. He can only have one restricted Pokemon in the back, so I don't know. We'll see. The Raichu has to switch out here too, because it is encored into Fake Out. So I think I don't want to try and dance around predicting any Fake Outs from his Kangaskhan. So I'm actually just going to go for a Foul Play on his Kangaskhan and the Mach Punch, because if he doesn't Fake Out, then that Kangaskhan is getting knocked out itself. If he does Fake Out, you know, the Breloom, for example, and brings in maybe an Yveltal, it's not the Yveltal, then the Foul Play will still do a good amount of damage. Foul Play with the Black Glasses should still be a 2-hit KO on Kangaskhan, so obviously puts it into Mach Punch range as well. We do have to be wary, though, that he's got Raichu in the back, which does cover my Kyogre, so really do need to be wary about that. He Mega Evolves. I mean, I'm hoping that he doesn't, you know, I'm hoping he tries to get cheeky and doesn't Fake Out here. Because he's got a Fake Out on Raichu, maybe he hasn't got 2 Fake Outs? No, he hasn't got 2 Fake Outs. And this should knock it out. Fantastic, right, well, good. That worked out fantastically, because now we've won the Weather War, but, you know, like I was saying, we do have to watch out for this Raichu now. Is that in Mach Punch range or not? That is really the issue. And has it got Feint or not? Because if it has got Feint, I could maybe see it feinting the Breloom here on a potential Protect. Because with my Kyogre in the back, I am timid max speed. Hopefully I should just be able to knock out this Groudon. You know, not lose a speed tie and not him get a critical hit. Hopefully. A Foul Play, I'm not sure if it will knock Raichu out or not. This is a bit tricky. I think I am going to Foul Play the Raichu. I think I'm going to protect Breloom. I think it's obvious, but I didn't protect last turn, so maybe. Oh no, he just goes for a Thunderbolt. Okay. Well, I'll take that. I mean, if this knocks the Raichu out, then just another bonus. Yeah, fantastic. Because that means... okay, Precipice Blades. That means we really should have won this game now. Liepard has got a chance of surviving it, and it does. Yeah, okay. So now we can Foul Play the Groudon, and Breloom has still got its Sash on it. So, so I'll try and Spore him. If he has Substitute or something funky like that, then I can just Encore him into that, so I've got no fear of that. Precipice Blades isn't going to knock Breloom out, I can Spore it. Kyogre gets a very free switch in and can just knock it out with a Scald, or anything, really. The last time I used this Kyogre on Battle Spot, actually, I kept losing Speed Ties to Groudon, and I didn't actually check. I forgot to check if it actually was max speed or not. It's supposed to be max speed. Maybe, I can't remember where this Kyogre came from, actually. Maybe it was just trained wrong or something, but it should be max speed. I'll check it at some point, but we'll see a speed tie now, unless he just forfeits. But, yeah, well, a good start to the week, I suppose. Yeah. Let's Water Spout, and let's try and Bullet Seed, whatever. Yeah, he forfeits, so we don't get to see any sort of speed ties there. But, yeah, I'm not complaining about that. Yeah, I mean, It would have been a different game if he did Tailwind with his Talonflame, I think, at the beginning, but I suppose the Icy Wind critical hit did go in our favour because it meant his own recoil knocked him out. The turn, again, when he Brave Birded into my Kyurem, I thought that because I showed Icy Wind, it kind of showed that I wasn't Scarfed and maybe I could protect, but maybe that's a bit too much of a call to make in the prediction game. And, you know, so I could have just protected and, you know, done whatever, but it worked out for us, thankfully, and hopefully this next game will go equally as well. Nice to see Lipid and Breloom winning some games in VGC 16. Who would have thought this? The amount of times people told me, you know, last year and every year that Lipid and Breloom is bad, and I'm sure some of you watching this are thinking, yeah, it is bad. Believe the people that are telling you that. But yeah, I know Lipid Breloom probably better than anyone else. I know what it can and can't do. I know it can't do a lot of things. It's not this amazing lead that'll beat anything. But there are situations when it obviously is very good. And I don't find myself leading Lipid and Breloom very often. In fact, I can't even remember leading Lipid Breloom at all this year. I'm sure I have at some point, but it's not like in, you know, VGC 13 when the lead of Lipid and Breloom was such a dominating lead for, you know, all of the shenanigan reasons. This year it doesn't quite work the same, but Breloom is still a decent Pokemon. I think Lipid is still a decent Pokemon, so it's nice to use a team like this and relive past glorious memories. But, you know, hopefully there's going to be someone on BattleSpot also searching for a game. No, apparently not. Let's get going again then. And special. I'm not sure how long this special ladder actually is going for. Maybe it will coincide with my last videos here with this capture card. Who knows? So again, searchy, and yeah. I mean, Scissor's a pretty good Pokemon too. Yeah, I mean, I've been thinking quite a bit about this team. I mean, it does have some limitations, you know, as a team in general. And Scizor is an interesting Pokemon. I've got Bug Bite on this Scizor, and I've been wondering if it's necessary, because, okay, it's nice to hit Cresselia and all the rest of it, but, oh, we find someone from Germany, Claire from Germany, because that's a really interesting team, because, I mean, yeah, it's nice to hit the Cresselia, but, maybe it could do with something like Feint, or maybe Superpower, or Knock Off, maybe, or, I don't know, there are different options for Scizor. It doesn't necessarily have to be these 4 moves. But, yeah, this guy's got a double primal team with a Gothitelle, which is always nasty, actually, and a Scizor, which is always nasty. Jolteon is interesting. See, what I'm worried about is, like, leading Kyurem, which does look quite nice against his team, aside from Scizor, and him trapping me with Gothitelle and being able to bring his Scizor in. That's what I'm fearing. Although I suppose if he is trapping me with Gothitelle, he can't have Kyogre out at the same time as the Scizor. So we'll see, I suppose. So I do like Kyurem here. I do actually like Lipid here too. So I think we'll do the same. We'll go with Lipid Kyurem. And Breloom, again, is quite nice, because I'm fearing Trick Room from the Gothitelle. And this Breloom is slower than the Primals, so there is, you know, I've got that going for me. Scizor, I'm not seeing too much of a job for you here. I think we'll take Kyogre just because we want, you know, some extra stats on the field, some extra base stats. Obviously good against his Groudon too, but yeah, always got to be wary against Gothitelle. It's not something that I enjoy playing against. Interesting to see, you know, Gothitelle after playing with Lyo last week using the Gothitelle. So Morbitessa is indeed Gothitelle. Okay. So this isn't the worst lead for us. If I fake out the Groudon, there's a good chance he will Trick Room, and I don't really want him to Trick Room. That would be bad for us. But if I fake out the Gothitelle, depending on... I mean, it could be Eruption, too, seeing as it is Gothitelle. It might be Heal Pulse, you know, like Lyo. But I think I'm safe going for a Fake Out onto the Gothitelle, and Icy Wind I don't think is necessary here. So maybe just a Dragon Pulse. I mean, Fusion Flare in the Sun is actually a bit more powerful, isn't it? Isn't it? Yeah, so good Fusion Flare if I'm going to target the Gothitelle, but I'm thinking it might be Eruption on Groudon, so I do just want to Dragon Pulse it, actually. I think it might protect it, but I am using Fake Out on the Gothitelle, so maybe a bit of a cautious turn, but yeah, he does. I do have the option of Encore and everything next turn too, but I don't like cautious turns like this. It actually just double protects, so I don't really mind that. Dragon Pulse. So we don't show if we're scoffed or not here, because Kieran was the only move, the only Pokemon that moved in a normal priority bracket. So Encore, like, I think he might switch his Groudon out, and I think the Gothitelle, there's a good chance it's got a Mental Herb. So I don't really want to just Encore into the Gothitelle. We have got Scizor, so maybe I shouldn't fear the Trick Room too. Brilliant rather. So maybe I shouldn't fear the Trick Room too much. So actually, I think I'm going to go for a Foul Play and a Dragon Pulse into the Groudon. If Scizor switches in, it's not going to appreciate it. If Kyogre switches in, it's not going to appreciate it. If he leaves his Groudon in, it's not going to appreciate it either. So Blitzer, that looks like Jolteon. Okay. So if it is Precipice Blades, then we're not going to appreciate this. But this Groudon's not appreciating these attacks either. Yeah, actually knocks it out. Wow. So I'm guessing that was a faster Groudon. And I am safe to Icy Wind next turn, unless he brings his Scizor out here. That is his Sceptile. Okay. Okay, maybe I'm not so safe. Yeah, yeah. Sceptile faster. Right. Yeah, this Sceptile could be an issue, actually. Because even Unmega Evolved is still faster than this Kyurem. He doesn't know that I'm not Scarfed, though. He doesn't know that yet. He does know, because I used Foul Play, didn't I? Whoops. This is tricky, actually. I think I'm going to put Breloom in and protect my Kyurem here. I mean, ideally, he's going to knock out my Breloom. I'm hoping that he's going to double target into that slot, and then I can get a free switch into Liepard and Fake Out an Icy Wind, but I don't think that's going to happen. He actually switches the... Okay. Well, that's interesting. What's he doing then? Is he going to Thunderbolt into the Liepard slot? Discharge? Ooh, don't like that. Maybe he's fishing for a Paralysis on my Kyurem. He must have thought the Kyurem was Scarfed, maybe. Yeah, he must have thought it was Scarfed, because he didn't want me just Dragon Pulsing his Sceptile there. So he was fishing for a Discharge Paralysis. My Kyurem is holding the Lumberry. You know, sneaky, sneaky Lumberry there, which is nice. But now... Now... Now. What do we want to do? Because if we Icy Wind here, then Breloom won't be slower in Trick Room anymore. And we are trapped in, so we can't switch. I think I'm actually going to Bullet Seed his Jolteon and Icy Wind here. He does protect the Gothitelle, so he's not using Trick Room here. He might Hidden Power Ice the Breloom. He is going for a Hidden Power Ice onto the Breloom. And it does knock it out. Okay, well that's potentially an issue. It does mean if he does get Trick Room up, then I don't have that sort of security. But I have just used Icy Wind, so I suppose, yeah, more potential for Trick Room. But I think we're safe to put in Kyogre, aren't we? Surely just a Water Spout Icy Wind covers this. So yeah, we're going to put Kyogre in. Not going to mess around with Liepard here. Icy Wind is you know, coming out to be really important here. Because both these Pokemon will be faster. I am expecting, really am expecting, a Water Spout Icy Wind to knock out his Gothitelle. Hopefully it hasn't got a Citrus Berry, because if he doesn't knock it out, he can go for a Trick Room, and then we'll be in a pretty bad position. But Water Spout, Icy Wind, he can't switch his Sceptile in because it'll come in on a speed drop, and then we'll be faster next turn. So he did just protect his Gothitelle, didn't he? Or did he? I think he did. So he can't really protect that anymore, so surely that's going to go down. And this Jolteon is not going to survive a Water Spout, so I think we, I mean, I hesitate to say have the game locked up, but I think we're in a pretty good situation after that Icy Wind. I mean, we'll see what item this Gothitelle's got. I did suspect it had a Mental Herb. If it has got a Mental Herb, that's not a Lumberry, which is nice. Kyurem will get its Icy Wind off first as well, so it will have a bit more chip damage towards the Water Spout KO. Yeah, so the Gothitelle's going down. He's getting his free switch into Sceptile here. So, tricky. Wow, it survives. Oh no. Well then, I didn't expect that. This is what you get for using a Kyurem that has no special attack investment. Wow. Ooh. Well, that has just turned things around. I suppose on the plus side, neither of his Pokemon really threaten this Kyurem. Ooh. We've got Lipid in the back, so we have got Fake Out. We've got maybe some potential to stall out this Trick Room. I didn't expect that Water Spout to not knock him out. Wow, that's actually scary. Yeah, I think I'm going to protect... I mean, it's obvious, but I'm going to protect the Kyogre. And... Icy Wind again, I think. I mean, the... Yeah, he is at -1 speed, so that Jolteon is already slower than everything I've got. So, the speed drops don't matter here. Just go for a Helping Hand, Thunderbolt into the Kyogre. Okay, so... Yeah, so we get that, I suppose. But now the Sceptile is going to come in, and it's not going to have any speed drops on it. So actually, assuming it is actually, you know, a normal, timid, max speed Kyogre, Sceptile, and not a really slow Sceptile, in Trick Room, my Kyogre should be faster than it. So, what is wrong with me just going for a Scald onto the Jolteon, because a Thunderbolt won't knock out my Kyogre, and a Dragon Pulse into his Sceptile. I suppose if his Sceptile doesn't Mega Evolve, it probably will survive this. But if it doesn't Mega Evolve, it's not knocking out my Kyurem. So, we'll see. We'll see. So we're sort of using his Trick Room against him now. Because that Jolteon, this is pretty bizarre actually, the Jolteon is the slowest thing on the field now. Which means it's the fastest thing in Trick Room. Usually Jolteon will be the fastest thing. So, you know, he does actually Mega Evolve too, so... Unless it is like a minimum speed Sceptile, which should be okay. We'll see. He actually has Discharge. With Lightning, right? Well, he can't get a full paralysis on my Kyurem because I have got the Lumberry. So, maybe we'll see it activate here. I think that's what he's fishing for. He does get the paralysis onto the Kyurem, and now his poor little heart's going to break as he sees that berry break open, and the deliciousness of the Lumberry is going to cure our paralysis. So, you know, again, unless he is a quiet, really slow Sceptile, we should have this. Yeah, we do. So, what an interesting game. Yeah, what a cool game. Yeah, really good actually. So, good old Kyogre and Kyurem actually doing some work. So, fantastic. Couldn't have asked for anything better. As the Pokemon sit on the field, anticipating either a disconnection or something else. But no, it goes through, thankfully. And that concludes this Monday's video of Barry playing on Battlespot. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Please like and share and get it out there. Still, channel is still growing, so thanks a lot for that, guys. I do read all of your comments again, so thanks for all of those too. So again, thank you and cheerio. Goodbye for now.